deal.
I think you would be able to, with that, you approve it?
You could amend the motion.
Okay, well,
To say with a lowering of the fee.
okay, well, I would like to amend the motion to reduce the fee from,
I have to amend.
say again?
I said, you're not allowed to amend the motion.
That's not true.
Voted,
He is.
right?
No.
That's, the easy way to do it is to have you amend
Yeah.
it. The harder way to do it is to have you make a motion to amend.
Okay,
And then there'd be a
well,
vote on that, but if
whatever,
he
I think,
chooses to
I think we
amend
know
it-
what we're talking about,
Yeah,
so.
I have one question though. Did they pay a fee for the First Amendment?
Excuse
So
me,
the-
I can't,
Did they pay
no,
a
I
fee
apologize,
for
I
the
couldn't
First
hear.
Amendment?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said, did they pay a fee for the First Amendment?
So the First Amendment was not actually by this party. The First Amendment was done by the applicant, the original owner, meaning the developer, Atlantic Avenues Estate. The original development agreement was approved in 2016, and in 2020, they came to the city to amend the existing agreement to allow single-family homes. Because remember, when it was approved in 2016, it was only for duplexes. So in 2020, they amended it to allow single-family homes, and the developer did pay that fee.
Does that answer your question,
Yeah.
Councilman? Okay.
So-
And so now, Vice Mayor, are you still wanting to change that?
Yes, I would like, but
Go ahead.
do I?
Go ahead and just say, I'd like to propose an amendment to the motion.
Okay, to reduce it from the $550 to the $220 normal fee.
And then we can have a vote on the amendment.
Okay.
Did we already
Can I-
have a
may-
motion?
may I ask
Need a
a-
second.
may I ask a question?
There needs
Yeah,
to be a second to
okay.
that.
May I ask a question, Madam?
Yes, Councilman Freselin, yes.
You had recommended, no, the original thought process was not to have any fee. Is that correct? I mean, the recommendation was not to have any fee, to
The
take the.
recommendation that the Planning and Zoning Board made today was to essentially just approve the deviations. They didn't speak to the issue of the actual fee. Staff is leaving up to City Council to determine whether or not they should waive the fee or not. You know, obviously, it's a very time-consuming process to go through this amendment. I can tell you that the property owners, they felt the pain that I felt as well in terms of going through this process. Staff did not make a recommendation on actually impacting the fee.
So what is your, I know you didn't make a recommendation, but given everything that you know, what would be your thought process on this?
That's a tough one because I didn't really think about that. I was leaving it all the way at the council, but if I were to give a recommendation on that, I would probably say to keep it at the same standard as a regular variance for a single-family home. And the reason for that is, again, you know, the property owners, when they purchased the property, they had no idea. The title company didn't do their job. You know, obviously, I'm not trying to deflect the blame or anything like that, but they didn't do their job. The owners didn't even know there was a development agreement, and they didn't know that when they purchased this property, there was a higher standard, a different standard to develop their property than if they were to just buy a single-family lot that had regular zoning as opposed to a development agreement on top of that.
I just wanted to say that the reason I put you on the spot is not to put you on the spot, but because I have such great respect for your opinion.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I have a question. Did when the planning and zoning,
Yeah, Councilman Bryant, did you, okay, you have the floor, go ahead.
when the planning and zoning approved it, were they also approving waiving the charge?
No, they did not, the motion that they made did not speak to waiving the fee. It was only for the deviations that are being asked for.
Okay.
I'll move to
I don't
second,
have a problem.
I'll move to second the motion to amend, to reduce the fee to $220.
All right, thank you. Stuart, help me with this on the P and Z. Do they normally make recommendations on fees, or they leave that up to City Council?
I believe the recommendation by the attorney was to leave it up to council because it's not typically not within the purview. The only reason why we briefly discussed it at the P&Z level today was because that was part of the application that was made.
Okay, thank you. So now we have a motion to reduce it to 220, and we have a second. Do we have any other discussion on that before we take a vote? Okay, if not, Sherry, can you take a vote, please?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to confirm, it's going from 550 to 220?
Correct.
Is that correct, Stuart?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Vice Mayor Lindauer.
Yes.
Councilmember Platus.
Yes.
Councilmember Frizzalone.
Yes.
Councilman Bryan.
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes, thank you.
That's
I just want to verify, did we do this correctly, Attorney
Yes.
Valls?
Now we go to the next
We need
motion.
to have one more vote on the overall amended motion.
All right. Do I hear a motion on the,
There was.
We don't need to do that, we just need to vote now.
okay.
Is there
All
a
right,
vote?
Sherry, can you take a second vote, please?
Councilmember Bryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Plitus,
Yes.
Councilmember Frizzlo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindauer,
Yes,
Mayor Miller.
Yes, thank you. Congratulations, it did pass.
welcome
Okay.
to the shores.
Okay, the next is ordinance 2021-12. Attorney Voss, can you read that for us, please?
Yes, this is an ordinance of the city of Daytona Beach Shores, Volusia County, Florida, relating to voluntary annexation of real property located at 104 Broad Avenue, short parcel identification number 5335-0305-0240, together with associated rights-of-way in accordance with section 171.044 Florida statutes, providing for legislative and administrative findings, redefining the boundaries of the city, providing for legal effect in implementing administrative actions, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for non-codification, and setting an effective date.
Thank you. This is the first reading on this, right? We know, all right. And so tell us a little bit about, this is the annexation, and do we have the applicant in chambers tonight?
Yes, we do. Heather Roberts.
All right, brother. We're glad to know that you're anxious to be in the shores. Anything else that we need to know about this
All I need to
one?
say, Madam Mayor, is that this particular application meets all the requirements of section 171.044 of the Florida statutes, and staff is recommending approval.
Okay.
And Ms. Heather Roberts is anxious to be in the city.
Okay. Heather, do you mind telling us why you want to be in the city? If you want to come up, it's not necessary. It's
No, I don't mind.
All right, tell us how long have you been at that property and what made you decide you want to be in the shores?
Well, I have family in Ponce, and we've been coming here for 13 years, and I've always loved around this area and fell in love with this house, and I've been working remotely. And I just fell in love with it, and my neighbors are amazing, like love. And the whole neighborhood's adorable. I love it. I'm making the house so much cuter than she was. And I just want to be an active member of this awesome, Daytona Beach Shores.
And are most of your neighbors are already in the shores?
Well, no, it's a bit mixed.
Okay, but mixed,
Yeah,
okay,
but
so,
the ones on both my sides are, yes.
okay, all right, you'll have to talk the rest into joining this one.
Yeah, well, I will do that.
Well,
They'll be jealous of my cute garbage cans.
okay, well, do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll move to accept.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Heather, we are happy to have you in the shores. Thank you very much, and thank you for wanting to be a part of us.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, Sherry, can you take roll, please?
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Plitus,
Yes.
Councilmember Frizzlo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindauer,
Yes,
Councilmember Bryan,
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes, thank you.
welcome to the shores.
And do we need a motion to cancel those two meetings, or what do we need for item C? Okay, thank you. All right, so we're looking, as we had traditionally done every year, we cancel the second meeting in November and the second meeting in December, unless there would be an emergency situation that would come up. So do you hear a motion to cancel that second meeting in November and second in December?
I so move.
Second,
I don't know who seconded, but
Richard.
Richard, okay. Councilman Bryan. Okay, any discussion? Okay, if not, Sherry, can you take a roll on that, please?
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Plitus,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Frizzlo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindauer,
Yes,
Mayor Miller.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now we'll go on to council comments. Councilman Bryan, what do you have for us this evening?
You will remember we passed a smoking resolution before there were any bills. There are two bills now. I think it's 105 in the House and 224 in the Senate. And so we're getting an early start on it this year. I've talked with Senator Wright, and he supports it. And he said it were up to him, it would have been a law already. I've talked with Tom Leake, and I haven't gotten an answer. I had the impression he's going to support it. He didn't actually answer my email when I asked him to let me know whether he's going to or not.
Okay. All right, so it's moving along. It's moving along.
Yes.
Okay, great. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Vice Mayor?
A belated birthday to Marilyn Wheeler, one of our premier residents.
Belated birthday. Happy birthday. To our First Lady of Daytona Beach Shores. Thank you. Is that it? Okay, a couple things. Coffee with the Mayor is 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'd please invite everybody that's in chambers this evening and anyone that's listening. Our guest speaker will be Will Roberts, who is our new tax collector. I don't think he's taken over the driver's license station yet, but I have heard horror stories about how long it takes up there. I don't think he probably needs the feedback. He probably had it, but a little bit extra. So if you would like to come and talk with him tomorrow, that's at 10 o'clock a.m. Upstairs in the activity room. I'd love to see all of you there. It's an open forum. Any questions that you want to ask me, I'll be glad to answer for you. And then the last thing is we are going to have our food trucks in the Shores on the evening of November 5th. Nancy's not here, but I believe it's November 5th, which is a Friday night. So we'll have the food trucks, and then immediately following that, we'll have the start of the concert, and the food trucks will stay open for a while. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. So anyone try to come to it. That's at the Shores, at the pavilion next to the empty Bank of America building now. That's all I have. Councilman Frizzlin?
No, it's just a pleasure to be part of such a successful council, and all council members and staff, and Becky as well. It's just a terrific, positive environment, and it's just terrific to see. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out.
Thank you. Councilman Politis?
When's the restaurant gonna open on Dunlop? I mean, it's gorgeous. It looks like it's ready to rock and roll.
It's been looking like that for 3 weeks, so.
Stuart knows.
Yeah, Stuart knows. And tell us a little bit about what they're going to be serving, what their menu will be, if you know that answer.
So I can't speak to the complete and the final menu, but what I can tell you is that November 16th is a targeted date for a soft opening.
Oh, good.
And a couple weeks after that, they're hoping to have a grand opening. And my understanding from the owners is that they will be contacting Nancy Maddox to coordinate some sort of event with the city council as well during the grand opening.
And food type?
Food type, my understanding is it's going to be, kind of almost like a grab and go. They also have a beer and wine license. It's going to be sort of a beachy theme type of cuisine as well. But this was months ago when I was told this information, so I don't know how much it has evolved since then.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the building.
Oh, they did.
looks great, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous.
They did a fantastic, if you would put a before and after picture up.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, fantastic. So we welcome them into the Shores.
Madam Mayor, I have a few more questions. I'll probably direct them to Stuart. Because people ask me, I don't know why. So when is Chris going to open up the Millie's down underneath the bridge? And then when is he going to open Pirates Cove? Because they're all busting my chops. They're hounding me.
I might be able to help a little bit on that story.
Oh, you have the in, huh? I'm Chris's lawyer and I don't get the in.
I ran into Amy the other day, and she said what was happening, they were going to get a portable kitchen, and something fell through on that. But he was actually, Chris and his partner were actually in Nashville picking up some kind of container. So they're hoping Millie's Landing, which would be the old DJ's, will be opening up in the next couple of weeks. And
Weeks? Wow, that's impressive.
yes. Well, it's going to be a portable kitchen. So
I
they'll
bet you
be,
they're buying the old shipping containers and converting them. No, that's true, and it's very popular. I saw it in Austin, Texas.
they might be doing that. And then as far as Pirates Cove, myself, city manager, assistant city manager, our meeting with Chris and his partner on Thursday morning.
Oh, good luck.
So maybe have more information there. Any other questions?
No, that's it,
stuff.
thank you.
Yeah.
I've satisfied my peeps. They're gonna all right.
Stuart,
Be good.
Stuart, I have one.
You can go back and report
Yes.
accurately.
I have one other question. The pizza next to your favorite restaurant, do we know anything about that? Next to say it again. Say it the way I
Let's Madam Mayor, there has been no real progress on that, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, everything else is looking good. What other questions do we have, or any other comments? Okay, if not, what about anyone from the audience? I do not have any papers that anyone wants to speak, but as always, I let anyone speak that wants to. Anyone have anything to say? Oh, you're welcome. All right, do we have any items for the next agenda? Well, we might have that 136 on the next agenda.
We may.
We may.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
It'll be on there to be continued, right?
I'm sorry?
It'll at least be on there to be
It
continued.
will be.
On to be continued, okay. All right. Any other items? Okay, if not, then this meeting